What is happening, everybody? I'm back with another new video and kind of a new series I'm starting. I already have the next one in line. This one, I tried my best to get it low as far as like time, but it's a lot to cover, 3 games. And the goal is to get people that have never played the game to play it, and people that have maybe tried it in the past or played the original or something to go back to it. And the reason this came across to me was because of the brand new trailer that was just shown off. It got me really excited, and I was like, I'm going to go back and play all 3 Darksiders. I've actually never played, well, I've never finished the third one. And the other 2, I played them, when they were new. I've never actually played the remasters of them. And I finished 1. I'm about 4 hours into 2, and about 2 to 3 hours into 3. So, I figured I'd do this video, see how the response is to it. I know a lot of people. This game does have a big fan base, so I'm sure a lot of people are excited. But it's old enough now to where, some of the younger people out there may have never played it. So, how I'm gonna structure this video is I'm gonna play the intros to all 3 characters, so I won't be speaking over those. And also at the very end, I'm gonna do my very first giveaway, and it is special to me, so stick around to the end of the video for that.
Impossible. Abaddon. What is this? Where are my brothers?
So that was war, now we have death. Who's probably my favorite character of the 3.
I helped you once before, horseman. Look at me now. How I curse that day. How I curse you.
Careful, Crowfather. I'm not here to put you out of your misery. Not yet.
I know why.
Thrilling than reality. Had I known the new pact would be so exciting, I would have let war separate my head from my neck then and there. Is it possible to die of boredom? Rampage. Bored as I am, perhaps you're just lazy. If I didn't love you so much, I'd kill you just for something to do.
Alright, so first we're going to start with the first game, Darksiders, and then Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, which is probably my favorite, and of course Darksiders 3. And this next clip I put in because Vigil Games, formerly known as, has turned into Gunfire Games, and it made me a little skeptical. But I didn't realize they did the remasters and 3, and they co-developed Genesis. So gave me a little more confidence.
Since the dawn of time, the armies of heaven and hell have waged an endless war. Drawn to the conflict was the Charred Council, an entity bound by ancient laws to preserve order and balance. It held that any great power, unchecked, threatened the very fabric of the universe. In time, heaven and hell came to honor the council and its laws, for none were beyond the swift and terrible justice of the council's enforcers, a fearsome brotherhood known as the HORSEMEN. Amid the turmoil, the first humans emerged. The council foretold that these weak but cunning creatures would someday be integral to the balance. Thus, a third kingdom was named, the Kingdom of Man. By order of truce was forged between heaven and hell. The great pact was bound by 7 seals, to be broken at the appointed time, when man's kingdom stood ready for the end war. A battle that would bring balance and determine the ultimate fate of the 3 kingdoms.
Alright, so the reason I put this little clip in here, it's the end of a very long, pretty damn good cutscene. But it doesn't really mesh with the art style. But I was thinking to put it in there because maybe that's gonna be what the 4th game looks like, which would be ridiculous. So here we go. Just a little look at early combat. Very brutal, these takedowns. And this is war getting to Earth. Like, it's already in this much dismay. There's demons fighting angels, which shouldn't be happening, because the horsemen are only called upon basically after that battle, or before it gets to that point. Huh. Nice finisher here. Snap. Very, very brutal game. Very brutal. But I love the art style. Get some humans here fighting back. The angels flying through the sky. And right here, I kind of had to pause for a minute and look up. And all those meteors coming down. Really kind of reminds me of, if you guys have seen it or not, The New Quiet Place, Day 1. Kind of gives me those vibes. Good movie, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. Now this is me flexing on a trophy that took me forever to get. You can only do it in that one specific spot. So if you guys do play that, just remember that that spot is the only spot you can earn that trophy. Now we got some traversal here. War just trying to get through this crazy apocalyptic war between heaven and hell, which by his surprise he felt like something was off. Look at that. Dude just got scraped up by that demon. And the angel attacks. It's really cool. All, you know, non-cut scene, just very cinematic. And if you've watched most of my videos, you know that I'm a sucker for cinematic gameplay. This scene I had to throw in. Just awesome. Sound effects. I mean, this game is, what, 14 years old? I believe it came out in 2010. Just smashing through a freaking scaffold.
What in heaven's name have you done?
I answer the call.
He knows something's up because he's been getting these like bell ringings that like debilitate him, and the fact that the angels and demons are already there fighting each other, he shouldn't be there. It's not the right calling. And when he showed up solo, I mean, he should be there with his brothers and sisters. But war being war, he's got to do what he was sent there to do. So this is the first boss fight, smacking that dude in the face with a... This is really cool. Until that. That is one huge demon.
Has been broken. And so have you, horsemen.
So this just showcases some boss fight that I thought was kind of clever. Like it implements puzzles with a boss fight. So this thing here is like the void. I forget what it's called exactly. It's like the void collar or something. You got to get on top of his head, and that's the only way to do it. You can only shoot those void portals on those stained glass windows. So, and then he goes into frenzy mode. The boss designs in this are really cool. Every fight is different. Pretty much the killing blow. Oof. Oof. Souls go in there to power that thing up. This part of the game is actually one big giant puzzle, and it is not forgiving. Like, that's what I appreciate about these games too. Here's your little look at your inventory. You got your passives. So this is late in the game. I've almost completed it. You got your weapons with different runes that do different things you can attach. These are artifacts that you can sell to Volgrim, who's like the what do you buy in merchant in Darksiders, and he's in all three games. He's a very interesting character. So this is a puzzle I wanted to showcase to show you like how creative they are with the puzzles, and it goes through like it doesn't get watered down, which I appreciate. So basically, I had to raise that window so I could shoot a portal in there. I don't know why I jumped in the water, but so you shoot a portal there, and then shoot a portal on this one, which doesn't have any water in it, and then you use your blade to activate that switch to lower the portal into the water. It sucks it up and transfers it into the next area where you can jump over and hit that key to move forward. It's not one of the hardest puzzles in the game, but I just thought it was unique and wanted to show it off. But yeah, this whole chapter right here is very puzzle filled. So this here is late in the game, and I put it in because I wanted you to see the beauty of this world here. This is if you know anything about the Bible or religion, this is a very sacred place, and I won't give it away. Some of you might recognize it or figure out what it is, but very special place. And just the architecture here, I just wanted to show that off. Statues, the columns, the smoke coming out of that tree, I guess it is. But to avoid spoilers, I cut it there. Now here we get to see another great aspect of the game that I think is underrated. Your horse, your lucky steed. I mean, you are a horseman after all. That angelic bridge crossover is super cool, dynamic. And then not only that, but you can do combat on horseback in rare occasions, which probably doesn't look all that spectacular, but it is very fun. And it's also, if you're a trophy hunter like me, it's very essential that every time you come across enemies to fight on your horse, that you kill as many as you can, because you don't have many opportunities. And I think the trophy is for killing 150. And then there's also a trophy for riding 100 miles on your horse, which I did not get that one. I got the kills, That see you get your gliding wings there. And I wanted to showcase this last off for part 1.
I come alone.
Very cool cutscene.
I, Uriel of the Hellguard, champion of the White City, call you, horsemen, to Nex Sacramentum.
Fool.
I lay claim to your life before the Creator. Will you dishonor this law as well?
Why?
Because Abaddon said you understood honor, and because he was the best of us.
The death oath cannot be broken until one falls by the hand of the other. I accept.
And I want to show a little bit of the boss fight without spoiling the end. Show you how formidable she kind of is and the different moves I use here. This is like, you know, the last quarter of the game, so I have pretty much everything unlocked. This is an affliction move that like drains her health over time. But no, this is actually a very important angel. Her name is Uriel. There's only a handful of angels that are named in the Bible. Raphael, Uriel.
Only the balance, as the horsemen always have.
Azrael,
Death swore that he would resurrect humanity.
Michael, of course. Anyway, that's it for part 1. Moving on to part 2, so we get to watch this really cool intro.
And so Death rode forth into the icy veil to find the keeper of secrets.
It's beautifully shot. Well done cutscene. I love Death's look too. Like he looks like a demonic Casey Jones. Doesn't he? Looks badass. And with all good games, starts out with a change of pace already on your horse. Despair is his name. As in the first one, it actually takes a few hours to unlock your horse. But starting here with the horse is really cool. Beautiful atmosphere. The music is incredible. And here we get to see like how traversal is different. Death is a much more nimble fellow and fast. The combat's faster, the traversal's faster. But one atrocious thing is why I wanted to leave this clip in is you see the damage numbers. I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I think that's like literally one of the worst gaming mechanics like ever. Like they're so distracting and pointless, especially in an action adventure game. I know they probably serve a purpose in like JRPGs and stuff, but I don't really play those. So when they interfere with my game, I go in and turn them off immediately. And to be honest, if there isn't a game, if the game doesn't allow you to turn them off, I might skip the game, regardless of how much I want to play it. That's how much I have disdain for that gameplay mechanic. But other than that, you're able to turn them off, so all good there. But here's a look at the skill tree and your equipment. I'd say the one blemish on this game is the loot that you get constantly. I hate games like that. Suicide Squad being a recent example. But I don't know, man. I just like a clean inventory. So I hang on to what works and I discard the rest or sell it. But I will say this, though. Let's see how different everything is. He uses his Reaper hands to open chests. But like I said, I never finished the Definitive Edition. So it looks like they dialed it down a bit with the gear. Originally, the first game, it was like every enemy you killed dropped either a piece of like weaponry or clothing. So it looks like they streamlined it a little bit, which I appreciate, because that was the one thing that really bothered me. The only thing that bothered me about this game when I first played it. But yeah, I got a good axe there, damage dealing. So I go in and I equip it as my secondary. And what's cool too is like the secondary is a big old axe. And here's gloves that I picked up. I try them on. They're hideous. So I immediately remove them. That's a big old blade. But yeah, I forgot what I lost my train of thought. So I just love how different the traversal is. That's going to be the main focus of this part for Darksiders 2. Just the difference in combat, how it's like it encourages you. Look at this. What? Dead. It really encourages you to like dodge a lot. He's got like a proper dodge roll, so War could dodge too, but it was more of a straight thing. But yeah, this running across the wall, climbing these poles is all quick. Really, really cool traversal. He's got so many cool animations in this game. That's why this one I would have to say is my favorite of the three. Now, like I said, I haven't beaten 3 yet. That might change, but I doubt it. And I have not played Genesis. Look at this. This is cool. Turns into Reaper form. Takes his head off and crushes his whole body with his head. That's awesome. So, showing some more traversal here, and the diversity in it is really cool. I mean, we've seen this upcoming thing before in other games, but not in Darksiders, and it's super cool and fluid. The traversal in this is very like chained together type stuff, a little vault over the wall. Start climbing this vine stuff real quick. Like he's so much faster than War. Little pole vault up. Rocks falling down on you. Like, it's pretty hectic. And it gets crazier too. Like the traversal, like there's some that are like, you know, not as easy to figure out. Like, and this clip here I put in because, for one, I got him looking all badass with different sickles, and now he's got the hammer. But that circle indicator is a execution. I wanted to show that because that was the only time out of like 4 hours of playing this so far that I've gotten one of those. So I wanted to prove they're in the game. They're just very like less frequent than in the first one. And this area here, it's kind of like a safe haven. You can talk to the makers, have them build stuff for you. There's some more insane traversal, different moves, hopping over. Really cool. And that guy at the end right there, you can train with him, and he'll give you new moves. This I just put in because not only the traversal different, the swimming is different. It's a lot faster. He's got that barrel roll, really cool looking animations. I think this clip was before the last combat one. I just wanted to like kind of showcase now that I have some actual gear that looks pretty good. It's got the shoulder pad, and it gets even crazier. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but in that last so when he was swimming, I had a cowl on, like like a cape. Pretty badass. And that was the skills. Like, I didn't really have any unlocked, but there's a bunch of skills that you can unlock. This one's more like an RPG. So that's, I wanted to show you guys that too. He has a bird companion. His name is Dust. And if you get stuck really bad, you can press L3, clicking in the thumbstick, and he'll, like, the bird will, like, go search out, like, where you need to go if you get lost or whatever. And those are some gauntlets, which is just another type of weapon. Kind of like Wolverine claws. So the variety in this is quite a lot when it comes to weapons and costume look. Like I said, it's a little bit more RPG elements in this one. You actually have a skill tree, gear that has ratings and stuff, weapons that have ratings, and it's cool. It's a nice change of pace. Like I said, at first it was a little jarring with all the gear that you pick up, but like I said, I feel like they toned it down on that for this version. Or maybe I was just more bothered by it when it originally came out. So this is a cool puzzle. You need the 2 balls to open that gate fully, which gets you a key. I don't know why this puzzle reminded me like of Tomb Raider. But so you put the 1 ball there, and then you gotta get the other ball out of that spot, throw a bomb at it, and blows it out, and then you could push that one all the way over there, and it'll unlock the gate for you. Pretty clever puzzle design, just like the first one. I like this little animation coming up too. It actually pulls the giant key out. That's cool. So this here is kind of like the last part for part 2. I just wanted to showcase this area. This is like the safe haven, where you get your upgrades, you purchase things of that nature. But I just wanted to show how, like, really beautiful that still looks. Like, I feel like this game can come out today in its current state and people would be happy with it. But now we're on to Darksiders 3.
Finally.
Into the intro of the game.
Please tell me you're a planet of demons that needs slaying. Or 2. War.
If I had to
What
guess,
pathetic fate have you brought upon yourself, brother?
2 and 3 I think will run concurrently, like at the same time.
I may be least favored of all the horsemen, but my tongue never found me chained to a rock like some dog.
Fury.
Because in 2, the main goal is he can't find his brother War, so he goes looking for him. In this one, he's in chains,
And shattered the 7th seal.
and they say that Death's missing, and
Why would he?
We know
because he went out without permission to go look for War, so
as we speak,
and then strives
Earth
off
falls
on
to
other
be the
duties or
spears of
something.
heaven and the hammers of hell.
So the horsemen are to ride.
No. While the Charred Council seeks to understand how and why the traitor War has committed this abominable act, there is a matter that requires delicate attention.
We should have called Strife. He's the delicate one.
The 7 deadly sins have been released, by whom we cannot say, but the 7 roam the earth, free of our prison. The balance between order and chaos is already in jeopardy. The 7 cannot be left unchecked.
War is in chains. Death is missing. Strife attends to other matters. The last time you faced the sins, it required all 4 of you.
I can handle those fools in my sleep. But when this task is complete, I demand that you grant me my rightful place leading the Horsemen.
If you would trade obedience for a title, so be it. But never make a demand upon us, Horsemen. You depart immediately.
Fury. Wait. Whatever has passed between us, search your heart. You cannot believe I am guilty of these crimes. Something is wrong with the universe. Be vigilant, Fury. Forces conspire against us. Heed my words!
She knows how to make an entrance. That was awesome. So first off, I wanted to showcase like how good this looks. I mean, the game's only what, 5 years old, something like that. 8 years old. I think it came out in 2018. But it's kind of weird to me that they went with such a realistic environment look. It's not like make or break or too jarring. Like her model fits the art style. Some cool traversals, swinging on the rope. But this is cool too. Very different. It's kind of like, gameplay but storytelling at the same time, cinematic wise instead of a cutscene. Love it when games do that. I love great cutscenes too, though. But either way, like how realistic the city looks, it's kind of weird that they went that route. Because some of the other places that you go, especially interiors and caves and stuff, they retain that art style, that kind of like pastel painting look. You'll see coming up that she gets to a tree, this giant tree, and you can see that like it's got the art style of Darksiders, right? But it blends well with the city. I'm not really complaining. It's just kind of confusing that they would kind of mesh the two, but it meshes well. So here's the first look at the combat with the whip. It's very fun once you get the hang of it. The one thing I noticed about this game too, and I'm only a couple hours in, but I don't know if it... First of all, here's Volgrim,
or even human.
the merchant.
All souls have value to me. I've seen the trail of bodies you've left in your wake.
What would I require from you?
That depends. What are your needs?
Information. The 7 deadly sins.
So yeah, like, it's not a complaint. What I was talking about with the art style. It's just kind of odd that they made that choice. So here's, if you guys have played the first one, this is that same blacksmith, like Uthil, or I believe, and there's actual humans that we get to interact with. So this is the guy that was like the blacksmith in the first game for War. And he's back, and he's harboring humans. So this is like just showing the device that he gives you. It's like a teleportation device. If they touch it, it'll send them to that safe haven spot. But you can see the fear that the humans have against the horsemen.
It's a miracle they rule.
I mean, it's understandable what's went on, they've seen. But yeah, I wanted to kind of give the the voice actress to shout out too. I couldn't tell who she was, and when I looked her up, I'd never heard of her. Her name's Cissy Jones. She hasn't done a lot of main roles. I think this might really be her first main role. She's more of like a support actress. Done a lot of video game work, but mainly like as additional voices or like very smaller characters. But she's worked on, like, she did like additional voices for Days Gone, Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead 2. But interestingly enough, in 2017, she won the BAFTA award for Best Performance, and it was for Firewatch, which I have not played. Don't hate me. I will. I own it. I'll get around to it. But she played Delilah in that, if any of you are familiar, and she won an award that year for that. So this granted her, that was a year before this came out. That granted her a leading role, and if she comes back for 4, which I'm hoping she does, she's gonna just continue in popularity. I mean, the greats, started out doing additional voices, right? So why not? So this is a cool puzzle. It took me, racked my brain for a while. So there's 2 sets of webs you got to get through here. The pink ones regenerate. So if you use one bug, you won't have time to get through it and unlock the blue one. So I found one that hadn't eaten the flammable stuff yet down there, and I took it up. You've seen what I did. I took it up there and got past. So this is the first proper boss fight against the 7 Deadly. This is Wrath. And it's pretty cool. Like, I haven't seen any of the other ones yet, but I really wanted to show you this cutscene. It's pretty bad.
It's funny what you remember.
See, she's supposed to capture, her mission was to capture them using an
My
artifact.
siblings used to refer to you as the dumb one. Yes! The harder you fight, the stronger I get.
Tear you apart!
Oh, you think you're angry?
Surprise,
You
surprise.
barely scratched the surface.
This is so bad.
Then let me dig deep!
Yeah, that's right in his dome piece. He's not surviving that. So, I don't know what the repercussions are going to be, because she was told to capture him. And, she just straight up killed Wrath.
War. The others. There are great forces at work
She
here.
knows something's wrong.
Watcher, help.
Something is wrong with the world.
Oh, that was brutal. So, apparently the way you get your new weapons is by killing one of the 7. Because I got the flame hollow, or fire hollow. That's why her hair looks like fire. Gives her more traversal moves and combat, like a new weapon. And it's not that weapon. I wish it was, because for some reason you get to like wield it, but it's really meant to just put in the hands of that angel to get through to the next area. Hopefully she gets a sword at some point, but yeah, the fire hair, you'll get to see right here. Now she can permanently destroy, without the bugs, the webbing. So that's another thing I love about these, is like they have that Metroidvania feel, where you get a new ability and you're able to go to places you weren't before. That jump is cool. So that puzzle took me a minute to figure out too. I was burning the webs the wrong way, but anyway, we're getting close to the end here. Another thing I wanted to point out too is it has like a Soulsborne aspect right there that I didn't even know until this point. That blue thing, I died there. So I guess every time you die, you lose your souls, but you can harvest them back if you go back to that spot. Which, I mean, I enjoy Souls-likes, so why not have take some inspiration from them. The other weapon she gets is like these flame nunchuck type deal. But there you have it. That's a quick look and a hype video, hopefully, for you guys that have never played any of them to really give it a try, because they are very special games. And you get a different experience, but still familiar 1 through 3. I haven't played Genesis yet. I'm planning to. I just don't really care for asymmetrical style games. But I want to get to know Strife a little better, because I feel like Darksiders 4, you're going to play as all of them. And the reason I think that is because in the trailer, it says like the horsemen will ride again. So I think you're going to play as all 4, with the bulk of the story being Strife. So I kind of want to get to know him a little bit better, so I'm going to try out Genesis. Also, these games are all on sale right now until the 16th of September. Or no, maybe 16th of this month. But you can get all 4 games for $26, which, in my opinion, is a steal. So if you haven't played it or want to revisit them, I suggest you take advantage of that sale. And with that being said, we're going to get into the great stuff here, which is the giveaway. So what I want to do, this is going to be my first giveaway. And I'm just doing it because of my love for Darksiders, and it's going to be special. Like, it has no monetary value, right? It's actually going to be a drawing that I'm going to draw of the Darksiders trilogy. And upcoming in a minute, I'll show you the pieces that I'm going to be using as like inspiration. And I want to put them into a collage, and then have like Strife maybe as like a silhouette above them, because technically we don't really, in the mainline series, we don't really know what he looks like or will look like in the next game. So I'm really looking forward to you guys giving me your feedback, because basically the rules are simple. Well, first off, you have to be a subscriber, because not because I'm hungry for subscriptions, but it's because I don't think it's fair that somebody that's not subscribed wins versus you guys that have been here for me since the beginning. So that's the picture of war, and then the cover of Fury there, and the image of death. So I'm going to be doing all of them in pencil charcoal sketch with highlights of color. And to prove it, I can draw. These are some of my drawings from the past. Eivor and Edward from Assassin's Creed. I haven't started the drawing yet, because I want to let this video marinate for a while, give as much people a chance to enter as possible. And the rules are simple. First of all, you got to be a subscriber. I just don't think it's fair to my original 100 subscribers that nobody wins the contest, right? Plus, drawings are very sacred to me, so I wouldn't want somebody that wasn't already supporting me to go away with that drawing. It's going to be a one of a kind. But the rules are simple. Be a subscriber, and the criteria to win is I don't want to do a randomized thing like most people do. I want basically the best comment to a question. And the question is, what are the horsemen? And there's no wrong answer. It's because it's something that's not proven, something that's been debated about a lot. The question is, what are the horsemen? Are they demon, angel, or something else? And as detailed as you guys can be, and I'm going to go through all the comments, and I'm going to pick which one I feel like is the best theory. And that would be the winner. And this is gonna, like I said, it's gonna marinate for a while, so it'll probably be like 30 days, which gives me time to do the drawing, and also enough people to leave their comments, right? So to some, maybe that's not an exciting giveaway, but like I said, my art is very personal, and I would be honored to give it to somebody that is dedicated enough to leave a really good response. So with that being said, just keep that in mind. And to everyone that's new, if you've gone with me this far, please subscribe, and as always, give it a thumbs up, and comments are very special, considering this video has a giveaway tied to comments. I'd like to see all of your comments, what I did well, what I could have improved upon. And again, I tried to shorten it up as much as I can. The next one I have planned, I'm not going to give away what it is, but it'll be a much smaller video. But I'm going to continue this series, so thank you all guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.